രാജശ്രീ വെങ്കിട്ടരമണൻ 130 വാക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഷോർട്ട് ആൻഡ് സ്പീഡ് ഡിക്റ്റേഷൻ വായിക്കുന്നു. എനിക്ക് സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാത്തവരാരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുവാൻ മറക്കരുത്. പ്രാക്ടീസ് നല്ലോണം ചെയ്യുക. ഓക്കെ, we can start. Gentlemen, my great anxiety is that political education will have to be imparted to the people of our country, and mental and moral preparation will have to be given to them. The press of our country should give them that kind of education. I look therefore to the press of this country for that necessary psychological training. It can help the government to bring about social justice, economic justice, and equality of status and opportunity. These could be easily implemented by government as these ideals are embodied in the Constitution. If only the people are trained, government is anxious to work for them. But the people must also be ready to support the government if those ideals are to be realized. Freedom is a reality only when it is supported by economic content, and that is the lesson which has to be drilled into the minds of our vast electorate, and I hope that the press of our land will take it was its supreme function to educate the people in social and democratic matters, train their social conscience, and help the government to bring about the other stages of our liberation, economic and social. If we believe in democracy so far as our internal problems are concerned, we also believe in democracy so far as international problems are concerned. We believe that it is our duty to solve international differences by negotiation, by discussion, by agreement, by honorable compromise on varying points of view. If we are truly democratic, we shall not believe that we are perfect and incapable of improvement, and others are imperfect and equally incapable of improvement. If there is one lesson that has entered our bloodstream by the teachings of our tradition, it is this: that when we approach other individuals or other nations, we must deal with them in a spirit of humility and integrity. These are the virtues which we should manifest when we approach even in international problems. Do not shrink from truth for fear of offending men and nations, however powerful they may be. That is the lesson that Gandhi has taught, and that is the lesson which we shall remember when we approach these problems. We believe in the United Nations, however unrepresentative it may be. Whenever any questions arise in the United Nations, you may be sure that our opinions are given not because they are supported by this or that power group, but because we believe in them and in the principles embodied in the United Nations Charter. When nations which are members of the United Nations violate the Charter, when they hold down other nations by force of arms, when they practice race discrimination, when they go directly against the principles which are embodied others, we make our protest. It may be a feeble protest. Our voice may not be heeded. We are not very powerful in this competitive world. I tell you, we may not have many discussions. Our industrial potential may not be high, but we feel that it is our duty to bear witness to the truth as we see it without yielding to any pressure, economic or political. That has been the stand which we took up in the United Nations from its very institution. We judge every question on its merits and we give our views. We are aware that a full-scale atomic war in this present context will mean destruction and desolation. We wish to avoid it, but we do not wish to avoid it at any cost. It is not a question of our making our moral principles for the sake of consequences of which we are afraid. We believe that the United Nations is established for the purpose of negotiating agreements by methods which are not short of war.